Thank you for clicking on our video and welcome to MoneyPot Sports Podcast. Going to be a little bit different. As you can tell, the name has been rebranded, and it's because of the regulations and the restrictions that YouTube has now put on our channel. What does that mean? We'll still give you the same content that you expect from us, but it's going to sound a little bit different. It's going to look a little bit different, but it'll still be the same guys giving you the best things that they do each and every week. So if you're new to YouTube, make sure you log in, make sure you hit the subscribe, and make sure you turn off your restrictions. If you go to the general settings, you can see down at the bottom, you can turn off restrictions and you will see all our videos from the past. If you're or an existing viewer or subscriber, you might need to change this setting as well because it might be on by default. Thank you and enjoy the show. Oh yeah, not too bad. Little rough
A little rough.
as we stutter through it.
Understatement.
Yeah,
But we working for the people, man. We
that's all
putting our
we
time
can
in
do.
trying to figure it out the best way we can.
Yeah, that's all we can do. So we moving on up to the next level, and that is starting to look at all our previews for the NFL Week 5 slate coming up here. Obviously, we got Thursday night game tomorrow. We'll talk about the Birds as we love to. A lot of drama going on in Philadelphia, feeling 2023 vibes. I talked about that a little bit earlier, man. It's just kind of crazy to be undefeated and be one of the most talked about teams negatively, in the media and all what's wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles, whether it be the OC, whether it be the quarterback, and of course, AJ Brown with his, if you want to call him antics or his feelings, or his opinions, or how he goes about getting out, how he goes about sharing what he's feeling, publicly.
Ooh, don't mean to jump on you, but Cincinnati loaded bases, no outs.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Cincy. Make it a series. Make it a series. Um, but and then another international game in London, and we got some other games that we can preview really quickly here. So for me, I actually don't have really anything. I have one preview that I really like, and that's the end. It's at the end of the day. So I leave the floor open to you. If you don't have anything early, we can go right into our game preview for Denver versus Birds.
Yeah, I don't have any single game
Preview. I would say preview.
previews.
Yeah.
They're all based off of some group action.
Okay.
And this will be one of those 3-team 10-point contributions
Okay.
to bring a few of these games to the winning side. We're going to look at the Thursday night game, Los Angeles Rams at home playing the 49ers, short trip for the Niners to come downhill. Unfortunately, it's a short week. We know the history of road teams going away on a short week. Yes, I know it's same state. At the same time, they're coming in without their starting quarterback again. Brock Purdy is out.
Both receivers are out too.
Both receivers are out. So their offense is going to be very, very limited offensively.
Yep.
Rams got their get back from the embarrassment in Philadelphia, which we love to see. And I think they continue to roll. I mean, Puka Nacua. I mean, if he's not going to
Offensive player of the year.
be offensive player of the year, if knock on wood, he stays healthy because I like him as a player. I like his toughness, his tenacity, his ability. And we had a conversation about types of receivers, how dynamic he is as a receiver.
I mean, look at the numbers. He's got 42 receptions. It's 4 games.
And almost at 1,000 yards.
Right. Like he's halfway there.
We're only a quarter way. He's almost 1,000 yards a quarter way. So he can.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if it's being forced. I don't even think they're being forced. It's not really. Anyway, I watched more of the Rams game. I think this is a bad spot for 49ers right here, coming in hobbled, pretty much completely offensively. Christian McCaffrey, that's all they're going to have. Now Mac Jones obviously got a good win 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a workload for McCaffrey is going to be undeniably high. If anything, you want to look at is potentially his receiving yards. That might be an opportunity there. I was able to jump on that last week and was able to get that to go through. But I like this to get them down. They're looking at a contribution to win this game at 8.5, and then with a 10-point contribution to that, it brings it to plus 2.5. Then we're going to go to Detroit, Cincinnati. Do I have to say anything about Cincinnati, or is it self-explanatory?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Pretty self-explanatory. And if we can get Detroit pretty much to win, and that's what you use with that contribution, is it bringing them down to a win? I think there's no way possible that the Cincinnati barrel-less Bengals will be able to do anything against the defense of Detroit, and Detroit will be able to have their way with that terrible defense. I would even look at the personal team contribution of the Lions to go way over the sky on that one, but just give me the Lions to win here with that 10-point contribution. And then we're going to go to a total down in Indianapolis versus in Las Vegas. Las Vegas coming across the country, going to Indianapolis. We know both teams can put up points. Raiders usually fight, especially with Geno back there. I can see this game easily in the 20s. Both teams, maybe a 28, maybe even like a 28-17. We still get there. But I like the adding the 10-point contribution to that 47.5, and then we're going to take it over the sky there at 37.5, and that will be my 3-team contribution. Yeah. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying.
I feel you. I hear you. I understood everything you said. I understand everything you said, man. I appreciate the effort, man. It is kind of interesting how we're trying to explain what we're talking about in a different light, in a different way. Switching again. Just bear with us. I don't even know if it's going to even be good in the next couple of weeks.
Right. We're experimenting, guys. We're experimenting. We're going to look. We're going to take it back. We're going to review. We're going to look and see what happens.
Yeah.
And if we don't see a change, then we'll figure something else out.
We'll figure something else.
We're working to give you guys to give you guys as much as we can.
Yep.
Oh my,
absolutely.
Oh my, 2 outs right now. Wow, bases loaded, 2 outs. They got nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
But De La Cruz is up.
Give me a single, kid.
That's all you need.
Give me a single, kid.
Yamamoto.
Let's talk about the other Philly team going on here.
Is that this is one of your plays? I got one more if you want to before you want to get into the preview.
No, this is not a play. This is not a play. Not a play.
Okay. I want to get one group contribution to win. It would be a 5-team.
Oh, sheesh.
Just to get some things going, get the fans excited.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with that Rams. We already talked about the Rams. We'll get them to win.
Mm-hmm. Young boy struck out. Bomb.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-mm-mm.
It was bases loaded and no outs. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Struck out.
We're going to go to Indianapolis.
Okay.
I think they bounce back here. I think Daniel Jones gets it back going, gets it back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders are having some issues, right? I'm not sure what it is there. I don't think it's a quarterback issue. Defensively, they're giving up a lot. Not a lot they got over there besides Max Crosby. I think the coach will be able to expose the defense of the Raiders. We're going to get them to pretty much to win. We're going to go to Detroit. We talked about Detroit. There is absolutely no way I believe this game can ever go the opposite way besides Detroit winning. We're going to go Buffalo. I think this is going to be probably the closest game. Conference game, 2 northern cities. Not a far trip for Patriots to go down to Buffalo. Obviously, we know that Buffalo's a really good team. Josh Allen, really good player with some good supporting pieces. I think Patriots defense is pretty strong too. I think they're ranked third or fourth ish in that area. So I think they're going to give Buffalo a little bit of trouble. But we're going to just get Buffalo to win and get a win out of here, still a win out of here. Maybe more if I were to look at the game itself, I would probably lean the Patriots way. And then the last one we're going to put in is Kansas City. We're going to ride that train that we see in Kansas City, making turning the table here. Tough game though. Tough game. Jacksonville's been playing really, really good football. New coach got a lot going on. He got a lot of animosity. You've seen at the end of the game, he called out Robert Saleh for accusations of him cheating and stealing play signing and stuff, and they getting at it. So you get a lot of moxie, and then you're seeing a team play. So this could be a tight one, but I like Kansas City here away, and we're looking at a about 2.5 to 1 opportunity.
Okay. All right. Yeah. A couple of those we'll get to some of those previews, but for the most part, I got no distinction or no qualms about them. So let's talk about them, man. Your Super Bowl. Let me take that back. Your defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles back at home at the Nest at the Link, 4-0 undefeated, with the Denver Broncos traveling West Coast team, traveling east, getting the 1:00 slate, and they're coming off a short week playing just Monday night. So big, quick turnaround for Denver, coming to Philadelphia to play the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Man, what are you seeing in this game, and do you think that this Philadelphia Eagles team in this city is distracted by all the outside noise from the offensive coordinator, from the Jalen Hurts talk, the AJ Brown talk, the injuries? Like, there's a lot going on here in Philadelphia Eagles football lore, and what we're talking about when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Where are you with where are you, bro? Like, where are you in the midst of what's going on? Because it seems like the AJ Brown thing, like, I mean, we went from him having a cryptic message to people getting mad to people being on his side to him coming out, I think today, something you shared about him explaining himself, to him, people talking about him getting traded, to ex players talking about back end info that this is bad. Like, there is a lot of smoke out there around the Philadelphia Eagles, specifically about this particular thing that's going on. And it's just like, this is a bad distraction at a bad time with a good football team coming into the link.
100%. I think the best thing that could have happened today was AJ Brown having that conversation with the reporters today. He should have came out on Monday. Okay. I'm one of those fans that are right at the point. I'm right here with AJ Brown. I'm right here.
Yeah.
I commend what he did today. I think it was a little too late. We're already midweek. But he made it, this conversation seem like everything was all good inside the team.
Yeah.
I'm just, any distractions with a team that's 4-0, I'm against. Any personal selfish actions by that, I'm against. So yeah, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they're gelled enough where I think we take every game one day. I think that we keep the main thing, in Jalen Hurts' words.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be able to push through whatever they got going on. Now, Denver is a tough team.
Denver's a good team.
They are a good team.
Yeah.
They're 2-2. They're better than their record show.
Yes.
You got solid defensive efforts on that D-line against a hobbled offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that's the problem there.
Right.
That's the matchup.
It's going to cause Jalen some issues in the pocket. He's going to probably have to scramble, use his legs. You got Nick Manito and Zach Allen. They ain't no joke off that edge. But they're a 3.5-point favorite here. They're a 3.5-point
Top contender.
Top contender for a reason,
Yep.
and that's because they find ways to win. Okay. Um, I'm completely off this because I don't know which way this is going to go. A tough defense in Denver, but
Mm-hmm.
we've seen tough defenses. Okay. We had the Rams come in. We had the Chiefs. We had what's the what do we had? Why is my mind going blank?
What?
The Rams, the
Bucks?
Chiefs, and the Bucks. Right. So we've seen some solid defenses. I think we'll be able to kind of handle, get the home field behind us, and we'll be able to kind of manufacture some opportunity there within this game. I think the Eagles will win this game, and it'll be a long flight home for Denver.
Yeah. Yeah. It's.
I will say this one last thing. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the one to try to force AJ the ball this week, especially not with that gentleman on the other side of
Mr. Surtain.
13. So that would be one suggestion. If he thought he wasn't getting no pass targets last week when he had 9 and only caught 2 of them, then I'm sure he's going to have half of that this week with that guy on the other end, especially if he's being shadowed and double teamed. So Jalen Hurts, don't let this week get to you. You keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the real question mark is this: can the offensive line be healthy enough to keep the Wolves at bay on that defense, on that Denver defense? I feel pretty confident in our defense. We are hobbled everywhere, right? Injuries are starting to mount up, and we have no pass rush. Like literally, we have no pass rush. We had no pass rush with Nolan in there. We have no pass rush without Nolan. They're trying to get the vets. If you saw last game, they were blitzing Campbell or Zach Bond any chance they could get because they're now the way that Jahad Campbell has played has made him almost interchangeable with Zach Bond. He is not Zach Bond. Zach Bond is still one of the best inside linebackers in the game. His numbers actually show that. But Jahad Campbell is picking and learning fast. I think the kid had his best game as a rookie last year. So that is huge.
And a pick, right? Got his first pick, right?
Yeah, he got his first pick, had a forced fumble. So that is huge for our defense. And it's been a long time since we had a strength of where we had really good linebackers, like Pro Bowl, All Pro type linebackers. I don't think I've ever seen that. So, our defense is going to hold us down, but I think this is going to be tough sledding. I think this is going to be a hard fought matchup. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Philadelphia Eagles are not undefeated after this game.
I think this will be our first loss in over a year.
I think
Jalen Hurts is a starter.
I think it could be. I do. I think it could be because everything works for Denver over there. They're somewhat healthy. They got a good defense. They got good balance. Got a decent quarterback. They can rush the passer. They can defend the pass. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball, and they got good coaching. Peyton's, you got Peyton over there who can coach his ass off. So
they'll be prepared. Yeah, for sure.
I think that oh damn. Yeah, it's Altani, Betts, like all of them, man. They're starting to open that game up. But when I'm looking at this, when I'm thinking about this game and looking at this game, we just have too many problems going on internally right now. You know what I mean? We just do. And then the only thing that you can say about Denver is a West Coast traveling east, and they're coming off a short week.
The worst part about this, Moss, is that it's all self-inflicted drama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not internal, if it's not the fans complaining, it's like, Jesus, guys, it's week 4. We're only 1 quarter through and we're undefeated.
That's what I was talking about is that 23 vibes, man, because I remember that when we were undefeated in 23 and we were winning the way we were winning, the question kind of came up, like, is this sustainable? Can we do that? And there was half the people like, this isn't sustainable. This isn't going to work. and the other half was like, who cares? We're winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the same thing. Like AJ Brown, shut up. Who cares? We're winning. Jalen Hurts didn't throw another half when he didn't have any passing yards statistically. Who cares? We won the game. You know what I mean? Like those things are starting to continue to come up, and that's why I said it gives me 23 vibes, because that's what that conversation was. And we went great. What, we went 10-1, and then we just imploded.
Imploded.
At the end,
And
and
it's
it
just
has
the
those same
mhm.
elements.
And it's the market. It's just how we are, and we criticize. Even like we got to, guys. We just won a Super Bowl. Relax, relax. New offensive coordinator, new way, new system. Give this offensive coordinator an opportunity to right the ship and get it right. But you can't have that when we're week 4 and you got your star receiver with cryptic messages and doing all that other stuff. And that's why I'm pissed off. That's why I said I was this close for AJ,
Yeah,
because you can't have cancers like that leaking inside, especially when you're trying to do something and your quarterback. Nobody talks about the load that Jalen has put on the shoulders. Yeah, he's got 50 million on that shoulder too, so he don't complain about it. He just keeps the main thing the main thing. And we keep it moving.
yeah. No, I
But
feel
he
you.
deserves a lot more credit than he gets. I don't give a shit about 112 yards, 190 yards. I care about that W column that he does, and he conducts that, because Saquon's not doing nothing, and AJ complaining because he's not doing anything. So who's that? Who's doing something?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
Damn, this
true.
game is over.
It's over. Yeah, it's
Six
over.
two,
Yeah,
7-2. They scored 2 runs there.
yeah,
Well, look like we're going to see them Dodgers. I feel like I go to the same games every time. Always a
yeah. I mean,
Dodgers.
but it's gonna be a amazing game for the Dodgers to come here, because that's a lot of star power. So it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be cool to see some of those stars come here and play. But I mean, history tells us that go ahead, come on, Dodgers, we all
Mm-hmm.
right. So we'll see. Um,
We was at
I
a
do
game, the last Dodger game, and Mookie Betts was in outfield where I was at, and the
nice.
guy's like, "What rhymes with Mookie? Dookie." Yo, Philly is crazy, dog. He said it every time, every inning. Hey Mookie, what rhymes with Mookie? This is
That's
funny, man.
funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
man. So,
So I do have a preview for this week, and my preview's going on down, man. You had talked about it Sunday night. We're talking
mhm.
about New England. We're talking about Buffalo. Let me go back. Kind of getting used to just using ESPN because we typically don't. Um, and the top contender, as you can see, has a significant edge in this game. Um, and actually, man, I like it. I like it. I know you said that you would be looking on the upset contender here, but I'm not. I think this game is reminiscent of the last game that Buffalo played, and that's against the New Orleans Saints, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just a bad matchup. I was looking at this Patriots team, right, and I was looking at some of their statistics. And when you look at some of their statistics, I'll bring it up right now just to show you guys what I was looking at. Um, I'll show you right real quick. In the last game that they played, they had a pretty good outing, if I'm not mistaken, that they won. But their highest receiver is Stephon Diggs, right? 4 games, 213 yards. He got half of these last week. He got 100 yards last week. So that tells
Mhm.
me he was down here, 3 weeks ago. And Hunter Henry was your leading, statistical receiver, followed by Boutier, and then you had Diggs, who had actually less than Stevenson when you think about it. So I think these numbers are a little bit skewed from a receiving standpoint, and I think this offense is going to have a really, really tough time moving the ball against Buffalo, in Buffalo, too, mind you. Now, granted, it is an in division game, so it's not like the New England Patriots have never been to Buffalo, but I don't think Drake May's ever been to Buffalo. I'm not sure when's the last time Steven Diggs been to Buffalo. So there's some guys going to Buffalo in the first time. In Buffalo,
Well, no, not
um,
first. This is a homecoming for Stefan.
oh yeah, that's right, that's right. This is the Stefan revenge game. I did. You
Yes.
did. That is. You did. You are. You did. You did say that. I mean, that is true. That is true. That is. But they're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin it. Completely ruin it. I mean, Buffalo's playing great at all cylinders. Now, granted, they have a soft schedule, but they're taking care of business. Josh Allen looks great. 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. James Cook looks like one of the best, averaging over 100 yards per game. Looks like one of the best rushing running backs in the league. Good balance, receiving wise. So they got Coleman, Shakir, Kincaid, and even Cooks himself coming out of the backfield as well. I think that they just have a good team. They have a veteran team, and they're playing like it, and they're playing like they're the best team in the NFL right now. And you give me New England, who's mid at best. Yeah, I think the top contender Bills show out here, and I don't think it's close in Orchard Park, to be honest.
Okay.
Under the lights, under the lights. So that is my one preview this week, and then we do have another multi-game preview, and we're gonna go right to that. We're gonna talk about the two games we just talked about. We're going to take the top contender in the Bills. And we're going to take the upset contender in the Denver and Eagles games. We'll make a multi-game scenario where both those teams um, change how that outcome comes out. And I want that's a game. That's another thing that I'm looking to put together myself with those two, because I think Denver, just for all the reasons that we talked about already. I think Denver stays in this game. I don't think they get blown out. And I think the opposite for the Bills and Patriots. Top contender, upset contender scenario combo is something else I'm looking at as well. But I don't have a lot for any other games. I think you talked about Kansas City in some of your previews. I think that's a good play. I think looking at like I wow, said that right out the bat. Um how can I say? The scenarios how this season could end. It'd be hard to not have Patrick Mahomes not in MVP conversations. So when you talk about looking ahead to scenarios of how they play out, especially how the Kansas City Chiefs started this year with nothing from receiver, and then they come back and be one of the best teams in the AFC, if not the best team in the AFC, record wise. How do you not have Patrick Mahomes talked about as an MVP? So I think that's something that's still lingering out there that is a conversation waiting to happen down the road. So I know we talked about Hurts a little bit there. To me, I think MVPs need more than winning as their superpower. They need statistical numbers that say that. And I just don't think that he'll ever have those numbers to be able to be in that conversation. Let me take that back. He'll be in the conversation, but he'll never really be in it because there always will be a quarterback in there who passed for 45 touchdowns and like 5 picks and who has 4,500 or 5,000 yards passing. And that's just not him. He doesn't that I don't want to give him a ceiling where he doesn't have that capability, but he hasn't shown that he has that capability. So I'm going to say he does not have that capability to put up those type of statistical numbers. He's not going to
Yeah.
throw. He's not going to throw for 4,500 yards. He's not going to throw for over 40 touchdowns. Now, in total, if you include his legs, from that perspective, possibly.
Right. I mean, I would go back to his 2023, 2022 year
Yeah,
when he
he had
was
like
second.
3,800 yards and like
Right.
30 something touchdowns.
I mean, they look very similar to the first 4 weeks here.
Yeah,
That's
if he can
besides
pick
the
it up,
passing yards. Right. If he picks it up,
if he can pick it
he's
up.
had multiple games where he only had 100 and something yards passing, and he will have to pick it up. Again, I don't think this is a Jalen thing though.
No,
I
no,
think
no. It's
people
not.
love
I'm
to
not saying it's a
kick
Jalen
Jalen.
thing.
I think Jalen is just a team first player.
Yeah, I'm talking about the outlook scenario from an MVP perspective.
Yeah, I think it's going to
You
be.
know
I
what I
think
mean?
it's a long shot. I think the value's there. If you want to take a long shot and you believe that the Philadelphia Eagles can make a run to go back to back, I think his stats. If I do understand what you're saying, right? You need the
Yeah.
stats with it, but
Yeah, like nobody's ever won MVP who just won it because they're winners. Like they were statistically typically the best statistical player at their position who won it, whether it be running back, receiver, or more likely quarterback. That quarterback who won it had typically statistically the best numbers.
mhm.
That'll never be Jalen Hurts. Now, it's just, can you win MVP because you're a winner? I just don't think you can.
No, he was number two, so he got there.
What was that? Was that last year or the year before
It
that?
was 2 years ago,
2 years ago.
3 years
But
ago,
he,
three
but
years,
he had, he was close
three
to
years ago.
4,000 yards. Like he had some good some good numbers. I just the way he plays now, he's playing more with his mind. Like I think you said something weeks ago about because of Jalen Hurts, we have to reevaluate of how we look at the quarterback position.
Mhm.
And what I think he's showing everybody that you don't need numbers, you just need to be efficient as hell. And if you can be efficient as hell playing the quarterback position, the numbers will come because your opportunities will come. But if not, you're still going to be doing enough to win the game. Because when you think about it, like he's like 15 for 17 and a half, but he only has like 120 yards, 110 yards, but he ain't missing like throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of them not selling over. They're throwaways. Like everywhere he's delivering the ball,
He's playing
it,
the perfect quarterback position.
yeah, he's playing it almost perfectly because that is the best move to make. He's not throwing 50-50 balls, he's throwing 70-30 balls.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they're just dissecting you slowly, you know, inch by inch, and then boom, they might pop a player makes a play and they might pop a 30-40 yard play. You know what I mean? But
I
for
mean,
the most
Jalen Hurts
part,
right now is 74 101, which is a high percentage. He's passing pretty much 70% completion
yeah,
rate,
exactly. Yeah.
and he's 609 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. He has 101.5 QB rating. That's not including his rushing yards and his rushing touchdowns. Could we want to go over to Josh Allen? I think we just looked at Josh Allen's only a couple hundred yards or less than less than a couple hundred yards than him, and 2 touchdowns more, right? 1 interception. So as bad as we keep talking about Jalen Hurts, he right there. I mean, I don't know what I mean. I'm just thinking if I've seen that Josh Allen's stats line when you brought it up, but just taking a quick look at that, Dak
Yeah.
Prescott has 1,100 yards, but
Yeah, but
and
Prescott just threw for like 350 yards.
yeah, right,
You know
but
what I mean? So
yeah,
that
and
that
it's
yeah, but I mean, I think the problem is that like Jalen's he's ranked 27th in
mm-hmm.
passing yards. You know what I'm saying? That's below.
That's blow.
That's low Spencer Rattler. That's even below Russell Wilson, who didn't finish a game. That's below Cam Ward, Kyler Murray. Like for him to be in the MVP conversation, he can't be around those names. Like he's got to be around like Geno's eighth, Patty's ninth, Golf is 10th.
So let me. This is why it's so funny. It's crazy to me because, like you said, it's back to what I say. We got to start evaluating quarterbacks. If this continues, right, everything continues. Say he continues to have what you want to call mediocre to below average numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
and we continue to do the same exact thing, win football games, and say we go undefeated. If everything stayed the same, is he not the MVP of the league?
I think if they go undefeated, he'll win the MVP for
So
sure.
then wins and losses doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's going undefeated. It's only been one other team. That's
Well,
a
you think we're going to be a 14-win team. I think you said, or 12 to 14 win. That's what you thought.
yeah.
Right?
Even if he wins that much, he won't win MVP.
But if everything's
If they
and
go
you,
undefeated, like
mhm,
that's something that doesn't happen.
okay,
That's a historical moment.
got you.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying
So
if he keeps the same
that's
productive
undeniable at that point.
actions and they're still winning the football game, he's limiting turnovers, maybe two, three at this point. I mean, if let's say one a quarter, right? Well, no, let's just let's say three max interceptions. That's where he's at. He's going to be what 20. Let's give it 24 touchdown passes, 15 rushing touchdowns, three interceptions, 2,800 yards or 3,200 yards passing. Team gets a first round bye. They only have three losses or two losses within that mix, and everybody else is, I don't know who's playing better than that.
I mean, I think he'll be in the conversation, but
You just won't get over it. Okay.
I don't think he'll win it. I
Yeah.
think you'll have to look at I mean, Josh is going to be in there, and I think Pat, because Pat has really good numbers. Pat has 939 yards and 7 touchdowns and just one pick, right? And he played the first 4 games damn near without 2 of his starting receivers. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So I think that's where I think when you look at the scenario, Howard, even Baker had 8 touchdowns and one pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, like these guys are going to get to like well over 4,000 yards passing, and they're going to get to 35
Excuse me.
touchdowns, and their records are going to be 13-3, you know, maybe 12-4 or something like that. You know what I mean? And they're going to be
Yeah.
real reasons that they're winning because, for at least from the Eagles' perspective, we still have all our skill positions. You know what I mean? We still have our skill positions. Baker's about to play without Mike Evans, his top receiver, for 4 games. We already know we talked about Pat. And Josh is really just the offense in Buffalo. So it's just unfortunate, man, because it's really excuses that I'm talking about
Yeah.
for everybody else, but
Yeah.
it's also a reality,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, of what it is and what people are seeing and how people are judging this Eagles team and Jalen Hurts. And it just is what it is. I just, I'm not, my people might think it might be hating, but I'm not really not hating. I'm just telling what it is. And the reality is, if he doesn't throw for 30 touchdowns or he doesn't have close to 40 total touchdowns and throws for over 4,000 yards and they don't go undefeated, Jalen Hurts will not be winning any type of MVP trophy. He has to, like, you got to, it's just unfortunate, but he's so goddamn efficient. He's undeniable at this point. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, they're winning games and his mistakes are throwaways. You know what I mean? Last game, he probably should have had a pick or two. I think, there was a couple in there he forced and put in harm's way.
To who? What did he force it to?
Who he forced it to? Oh, AJ? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Man. We'll see how.
yeah, interesting, man. I think this team will continue to grow together. I think the offense will continue to mend. I think the offensive coordinator will continue to learn, right?
Yeah.
Learn his player personnel. How he's never called plays before. This is what I mean. Like we got to put all that in there, and I guess that's why I put MVP on the head of Jalen Hurts because it ain't always about stats. I get what you're saying, the look of it. You look at TV every day. Well, what's wrong with the offense? What's wrong with the Eagles? What's wrong with this? And nobody really understands how hard it is to be Jalen Hurts and what he's doing and continuously win.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost in over a year. Like let that sink in, everybody. It was Tampa Bay last year, week 4. He has not lost a football game that he started.
Yeah.
So if we don't think he can go undefeated, then we're surely mistaken. Because he's technically did it for a season. He did. He's undefeated. He's 20 and 20, what, 20 and like 1?
21, something like that. Yeah.
So if people think it's not realistic that he can't do it, I don't know, man. Listen, AJ Brown's upset because he's not getting the ball. Saquon Barkley can't get over 50 yards, and we're 4-0. So somebody's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got a valid point. Somebody's playing well.
Somebody. Defense is playing great. They're a big piece of that. Defense is playing great football.
For sure.
But they're not putting 24 points up a game for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's not how it's happening. If we were winning 15-10 and 13-12 or some type of Steelers type of old Steelers type, then I'd be like, all right, our defense is keeping us in games.
Yeah.
We're averaging 24.
Right.
And our best receiver is upset that he's not getting the ball.
Yeah.
And our running back that had 2,000 yards last year can't get over 50.
Yeah.
I think he scored his first touchdown last week or second, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he knows he might go off this week. He's due. Eventually he'll go off.
People just hate that what Jalen does, it doesn't look like the way
they're not winning with style of points. They're not
right.
winning, you know what I mean? They're not winning sexy. You know what I mean? Yep. It's you know, to Drew Brees' point, it's a little bit, it's not pushing the field. It's not what the NFL wants. Scoring points, pushing the field down the field. You're one of the young stars, if not could be the face of the NFL, and you don't look like what they would typically want. You know what I mean? So who cares, though?
That's what I'm saying.
Who cares? As long as he's winning.
His impact on doing that is wins.
Yeah.
So maybe other teams need to adapt to that. That's what I would say. If people want to win, I would say look at Philadelphia Eagles first and see what they are doing and how they're doing it. Then worried about, oh, he threw for 300 yards. Spencer Rattler. You just told me that Spencer Rattler has more yards. You think I give a fuck about Spencer? Excuse me. A mess about Spencer Rattler?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's throwing over them yards because he got to, because that team's so bad. So
I feel you, brother. I feel you. We'll see on Sunday. Game time, 1 o'clock.
Big game.
Yeah, big game, man. And it's going to be all Philadelphia's win, right? More likely with the way it's looking like.
Saturday and Sunday, big Philadelphia.
Yeah, it'd be. Do they play Sunday? The Dodgers? Do they come back?
No, Monday. Saturday and Monday.
Saturday and Monday. All right, cool. That should be a good time.
And then the next game is Saturday, if it's going to be another game.
The whole week? They go another week?
Yeah, because they're in LA for 2. I think LA for 2.
Yeah. You're right.
So I think it's like Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday. One of them. I forgot what it is. Something like that.
All right. Well, let's get 2 of them here, man, and get these boys out of here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
go Phils.
Yeah, for sure. I want to thank everybody who's watched this. Patience as we navigate this change for the rebranding and how we do our new MoneyPot Sports Preview show. It's still the flagship show. I didn't say that in the beginning, but it's definitely still a flagship show. So stick with it. If you made it this far, hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know if you like our previews and our analysis of how we did things. Let us know how we can change it. If you just comment, go back to the old way, I appreciate you. But we got to keep the train moving and keep the brand alive. And this is the way we have to do it now moving forward. Again, like my man said, we'll figure it out. We'll take the feedback and we'll move with it. So for myself, I'm Moss Money. Let's be humble. Have a good night, everybody, and good luck with everything.